We're in a 57,000 square foot training facility for the Special Forces. We use Kaiser equipment primarily, but our relationship with Kaiser isn't more recent. It actually goes back at least 8 years when we started with a few pieces. We wanted to have the Kaiser equipment. So we had the building purpose built for the Kaiser line, along with having the trenches and everything, so it was a nice clean look. But we knew we wanted to use Kaiser for many different reasons. Big reason is we could test. We can test unilaterally, we can test bilaterally, we can look at asymmetries, which is a big key for what we want to do. Along with the testing, it allows us to more functionality. We get a lot of feedback with different kinds of peak power, velocity. We can set our different weights for our rehabilitation in smaller increments instead of needing the mass in order to go up and stick smaller weights onto it. Really, those kind of parameters is what we're looking for whenever we're really trying to not only train our elite forces, we're also trying to rehabilitate them back to full health. That's a big reason we chose Kaiser over many different other pieces of equipment, and that's why it's a primary use for us today.
Lance Stuckey, strength and conditioning coach with the ASOC GSU. 2009-2010 is when I got into the tactical setting. I've been in athletics, ranging from University of Virginia to Florida State. Came here to Fort Bragg, North Carolina, and really got introduced to what it is to be a tactical athlete. Worked with the Army for about 9 years. While there, we introduced a little bit more Kaiser training for the guys. We used, the performance trainers, the functional trainers, and the power runner actually, and really opened the eyes to the guys there. Again, it was an education piece to show the guys that they can really move fast, efficient, and they can actually move efficiently over time. If anyone out there is wondering what it's like to train an operator, a special operator, really think about a guy who is always going to improve himself. Think about a guy who's a type A personality. Think about an individual who is always striving to be better than his partner. Think about an individual who is training for the mission, who's training for the guy that's standing to his left, to his right. Really, they're training as if their buddies or their brother's life depends on it. I think that is something that is unique to this population, that maybe you don't quite get the same attitude in athletics. So really, before we introduced Kaiser or any type of velocity-based training, these guys are great to see, like, hey, how much weight does this guy have on the bar? What is my velocity? And that's turned into what is the competition in the weight room. We could have the same amount of weight on there, but one guy might be moving it at 1.9 meters per second, and another guy's gonna move it at 1.3. Who wins that? And that's really changed the mentality. Another thing about the unit I'm at right now currently, we're a little more senior, a little more long in the tooth. We've had several guys with 10 plus deployments overseas. We got guys ranging from their low 30s to their 40s. And how do we keep training them efficiently? How do we keep being able to produce that fast twitch movement within the weight room? And a lot of that is attributed to the Kaiser.